Hello there, and welcome to Open House for Redefining Wealth. I am Patrice Washington, the founder of all things Redefining Wealth, and I am so excited to share with you what we've been up to in this space, in this community. So, we've been at this for a while, and as I have served nearly 1,000 clients in the last 4.5 years, I have found that many of my clients, the people who are attracted to the concept of redefining wealth for themselves, meaning understanding that wealth is so much more than just money and material possessions. In this community, the podcast, everything we do was founded on the original 12th century definition of wealth, which says it's about the condition of well being and happiness. And so we would think that when we hit a certain level of success, we would automatically feel good, be well, be happy. But I actually see the opposite with many of the clients that I have served. What I see is what we call the success paradox. And so this is when your current or past success actually hides your challenges. You are so used to being applauded for the appearance of success, no matter the way it really dims your peace on the inside. And so, because people can't see it, they don't even know if they need to support you or how to support you. And the thing is, I see in my community is that because of the internet and the podcast and the books and all of even the great resources that I've been responsible for putting out in the world for the last several years now, information without a process for implementation only invites more frustration. And so we're learning more and more and more, but we don't actually know how to integrate that in our lives. And it's one thing to know what you need to do and what you desire to do, it's another thing to be able to own it. So if you're brand new here, let me introduce myself. I am Patrice Washington, again, the founder of Redefining Wealth. I am the founder of the Institute for Redefining Wealth, the creator of the Redefining Wealth podcast, which just celebrated 7 years and 20 million downloads. I've been known in media for more than a decade as a personal finance expert. But my expertise is actually in financial psychology and behavioral finance. I like to talk about all the parts of life that impact your finances, even when you're not thinking about it. I'm a 5-time author. Again, I've been known in media for many years, nationally syndicated radio and television. And we now have an annual event for Purpose Chasers, our community, to come together once a year from all over the world. Now, redefining wealth was based on the 6 pillars of wealth. Again, these are the parts of life that impact your finances, even when you're not thinking about it. And something that I have learned in, again, coaching so many people over these last several years is that people tend to look at the pillars as all these separate things that you do. And it starts to feel like busy work. Here's what I need you to understand. Whether you've been working on the fit pillar, becoming your best self, people pillar, creating relationships that matter, space pillar, setting up your life to support you, faith pillar, believing in something greater, work pillar, living your life's purpose, or money pillar, finally being able to manage your money wisely once you clear up the clutter and all these other pillars. The thing we need to understand, though, is the pillars are designed to protect a vision. Pillars are not here to prevent life from happening. They are a process for how you process, and they protect your vision, right? In spite of lifing and things happening, they protect the vision. And so this is the framework for redefining wealth. It begins with an ignited and aligned vision at the center of it all. And then we build up these pillars around that vision. One, so the vision can be aligned, but so it can be authentic and it can be something that you can stick to over the long haul. And if you've been someone who's been in and out on the fence, double dabbling with what you think you're called to do, one of the reasons why is because the pillars have not fortified that vision for you yet. You want to be anchored to an ignited and aligned vision. And what's the opposite of an ignited, aligned vision? It's a dampened vision. It's a vision that doesn't get to catch fire. It actually gets squelched every time somebody doesn't agree with you or understand you or buy into whatever your vision is. And so as you really anchor to that ignited, aligned vision, we use the pillars to surround it and fortify it in what feels authentic to you. We have an entire continuum here that you'll learn. It is the foundation of what we do, and it's helping you acknowledge where you are in the redefining wealth journey. Are you at awakening, where maybe, you've had we call it a boulder, where you have been forced to pivot, you are being called into a transition, and you are being asked by your soul to get off autopilot. It's time for you to get more authentic about who you are and what you want. But once you do that, it's time to redefine and really get clear on what you genuinely desire. That's where the work of alignment comes in. And then actualize. It's not enough to know it. You have to also own it. And this is the framework that we take you through. Now, this is important because an aligned vision is not always an accepted vision. And what we see here is that so many of our clients in the past would come into a program, get super excited, get all charged up about their vision. And then as soon as the program was over in 6 weeks or 12 weeks, they would go back to default thinking. Default thinking is the autopilot version of your life, is asking surface level questions that reflect societal norms or outdated beliefs or what other people think you should do. Default thinking is rooted in external validation as opposed to trusting your internal guidance and intuition. And the reality is, we can't solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Right? So if you're being called to something new in this season of your life, then you are going to need better tools. If you want to dream a new dream for yourself, if you want to build a new vision for your life, you can't keep going back to default thinking, right? And being around people who keep you in that language of scarcity and fear and not enough. We want to move into abundance, which is what we do here. And so to build the right vision, you need the right tools. And redefining wealth has evolved so much over the last 7 years. And in this iteration, as we continue to grow, now 7 years in, we're really leaning into the authentic alignment tools. I believe that these are the key to making meaningful progress on your redefining wealth journey. I've said to my clients for so many years, you have to be able and willing to ask yourself better questions. The power of my coaching comes from simply being able to agitate the pieces of you that are on autopilot and ask better questions until we get to more authentic answers that light you up, ignite you, and keep you committed to the journey. And there's 12 authentic alignment tools that we use, and they are the foundation of everything. And so I wanted you to just have an idea of what redefining wealth is, where it came from, and why we do what we do. But here's my invitation to you. It's to join us to go deeper in the work. Whether you just found me today or you've been with me now for 7 years or somewhere in between, I believe that you can't go to the next dimension of your purpose without up leveling your support. And what I know to be true is that when people come into this community and stay and really connect, they gain more authenticity and more alignment. They can raise in their clarity, confidence, conviction, and yes, currency, and they raise in power as they attract abundance, change their lives, and impact the lives of others. A part of my call is to help create the ripple effect so that you can answer your own call, right? And so let's say you do have a vision and you want to stay committed to it. You don't want to start the beginning of the year excited and then fizzle out. You want to be in a space where that vision is consistently having life spoken into it, and you're getting the tools, the resources, the community, the encouragement to do it. I wanted to share in this open house with you how we can make that happen. So the very first thing is to share with you that the Institute for Redefining Wealth has been redesigned and reimagined. So whether you're looking to accelerate your business or transform your personal life, the Redefining Wealth Institute is designed to meet you where you are. I want to help guide you to the vision that is on your heart, the dream that you are dreaming in this season. And we use the 6 pillars of wealth, right, to fortify that vision. But we take the path using the authentic alignment tool. So instead of asking low vibration questions, which is default thinking, it's rooted in more powerful questions that you will learn to ask yourself day in and day out to make sure that you are on track and committed and engaged to what you say you desire. Now, the beautiful thing about the Institute for Redefining Wealth and our work here in general is that you'll get one institute in 2 schools. I have been known for many signature programs over the years that really help people take their God given gifts and talents to the marketplace. And so, what I help people do really well is accelerate purpose. That is a big piece of what I've been known for. The mantra of the Redefining Wealth podcast is chase purpose, not money. I don't know if you can see my shirt here, but I wear shirts that say it every day. I live it, I breathe it. It's the way that I've lived my life for the better part of 20 years. And so, we have a track that is all about purpose acceleration. How do you take, again, those God-given gifts and use them in the marketplace? And if you're already an entrepreneur or a thought leader in the space, how do you become more and more of yourself so that you can have a full life, not just a successful business life, but a holistically full life that incorporates all of the pillars? The other track is personal transformation. It's about your own personal mastery. And on that track, what we do is go through all of the first several pillars, like the first several pillars. So we go through fit and people and space and faith, and we make sure that those parts of your lives are fortified so that it can support the vision and the purpose that you have. Now, it'd be easy enough to have these as two separate tracks, but I really wanted us to have one institute full of purpose chasers from all over the world who are able to flow in and out of both tracks to get exactly what they need. So this is a life and business school for entrepreneurs and executives and those of you who desire a holistic personal development and business growth experience, as well as spiritual growth, so that you can have authentic success. Many of you have been successful, right, in past seasons, but it doesn't light you up in this season, and you want to figure out how to make it all come together. So this experience includes monthly authentic alignment trainings with me teaching live, monthly Q&As with our master coach, access to two of my signature programs. Those 1,000 students have come through one of these two programs, Purpose to Platform, which is all about, of course, purpose acceleration and pillar mastery. You'll get access to the on-demand version of those programs. There's office hours with me where you'll be able to privately ask your questions, bring your burning questions, as well as with my master coach in the School of Personal Transformation. We also have pillar specific study halls. Sometimes you just need to get with a few other folks and say, hey, this is the vision. This is the pillar where I'm feeling the most stretched or stressed in, and I want to brainstorm what's the next best step I can take. So I have faculty members who are going to guide you through that process each and every month. And you can join the calls for the pillars that you need and the pillars you're strong in that month. Don't worry about it. We just want to make sure that you have all of the tools. You'll also have access to our new pillar progress assessment and roadmap. And I'm so excited about this. It's a 60-point assessment that allows us to look at exactly where you are in each pillar, and then help you figure out where you need to start in this season, because we're all at different places in the journey. We also have virtual intensives. So twice a year, you will have access to a purpose acceleration virtual intensive, as well as a personal transformation virtual intensive hosted by myself, but also taught by my amazing super friends. This is an opportunity for you to learn from some of the best in business and personal development. I have the I have the great fortune of just being connected with so many amazing people from all over the world who pour into my community. And I'm really excited about that. And of course, there's so much more. So please scan the QR code if this resonates with you. Now, this is for you. If you know that you have more to offer, both in your business and personal life, but you feel a little scattered. And I say business, but that really could be your career as well. And you feel scattered. You feel unsure about what your next step should look like. You may feel torn between how do I focus on evolving in my purpose or my business and working on my own personal growth and transformation. I want both. You can have both. But you crave maybe some structure and a clear path to getting there. And so this journey in the Institute is definitely yours. It's not going to look like anyone else's. And we have it all mapped out. One of the things that I'm most excited about is that you get to customize your experience based on what you need most right now. And we have 12 months to do it. You get to access one of our 3 distinct roadmaps that'll help you, whether you're a full-time corporate person who's starting a business on the side, or a full-time entrepreneur who's looking for more alignment in the marketplace, or you're a caregiver and you're tired of putting your dreams to the side. You want access to the content, but you want support on how do I do it and not get overwhelmed. I got you covered. It's in the Institute. Now, if you are someone who's looking for a more accelerated path, I also want you to know during this open house that Mastery and Momentum is open. Now, if you've been around for a while, you may have heard of Mastery and Momentum. It is my mastermind, a 9-month advanced mastermind. We call it like the master's level of redefining wealth. And it's laser focused on turning your capstone project into reality. Now, this is about stepping into authentic thought leadership. That's what I'm known for. I'm known as a thought leader in the space. Again, as an author, a speaker, an award-winning podcaster, a media personality, a coach, all the things that I've done. I know that if you have something that you want to work on that will raise up who you are in the space as a thought leader, then I could be a really great guide for you in this season. And Mastery Momentum is also structured to support you in really getting clear about what that capstone project may be. What is the thing that's on your heart that you want to give birth to in these 9 months? You're going to declare that in the first quarter of us working together. That'll be January through March. And we'll have our one-on-one awakening call where I'll help you pick apart any blind spots or help you figure out what are the things that are happening in the pillars for you right now that could prevent you from walking that out. Sometimes we're just not even aware. You'll get the authentic alignment tools that I use in the Institute. You'll be assigned to your wisdom circles, which is the juice of Mastery and Momentum. It is the networking, the sisterhood, the collaboration of you all every week, bi-weekly in these wisdom circles. And you'll have access to our pillar planning retreat, which is a really wonderful bonus. In stage 2, months 4 through 6, we will refine your capstone project even more. I start my meetings with your wisdom circles. You'll get more authentic alignment tools, and you'll have access to our virtual intensives to deepen your integration. And in stage 3, we are walking out that capstone project. I'll be working with you one-on-one to actualize what that looks like. So we'll do a strategy call. You'll get the remaining authentic alignment tools, and you will have an opportunity to join me in Hawaii along with 2 of my good girlfriends, Brooke Hemingway and Amberly Lago. We are partnering up for the Mastermind Collab. This is included in your Mastery and Momentum tuition, 5 nights and 5 days at an oceanfront property in Kauai, Hawaii. We'll have everything from sunrise yoga and sunset cruises to really amazing sessions where we each will be teaching. But you'll also have an opportunity to relax, to refresh, to swim, to go do the excursions. I am so excited. It is going to be incredible. And so if that feels like something that feels good to you, you can scan this QR code. It'll take you to the Mastery Momentum enrollment page so you can learn more about the application. It is application only. I am looking to curate a really powerful group of women who are committed to serving and supporting each other and seeing their capstone project come to life. And so applications are now open and will only be open until December 13th or when we hit our goal of 18 to 22 women. And I can tell you now, we are halfway there. So if this interests you, you definitely want to apply. Something else I'll point out is that if you become a member of Mastery Momentum, you will also get access to all of my signature programs. So Purpose to Platform, Pillar Mastery, and Command the Stage, which is an incredible transformational speaker training. And I think that if we're going to bring this capstone project to life, you have to be someone who can get up and speak with more power, more clarity, more boldness, and become more magnetic in the marketplace. So Mastery Momentum is for you if you have already experienced success. People have already applauded. You've done the things, you've checked everything off the list, but you feel a deeper calling for impact and purpose. It's for you if you're ready to be challenged and stretched and accelerated into a next dimension of thought leadership. If you want to bring that capstone project to life because it means so much to you and you want balance, you want harmony, you want authenticity to be a part of how you show up in the world. You want fulfillment beyond the bottom line. Mastery and Momentum is for you. Now, in either one of these programs, you will have access to the same resources, but it doesn't mean that it's a cookie cutter experience at all. What I know to be true is that each of you will walk away with different outcomes. You may come into this journey with a group or a cohort, but each of your souls identifies exactly the path it needs most. And I'm here to hold space for you. and hold space for that ignited, aligned vision that you have. Now, everyone, though, walks away being grounded in the pillars. And 9 to 12 months definitely gives you time to make sure that this is a part of your life, that this becomes a part of your DNA, right? That this just becomes a part of who you are. So this container will meet you where you are, but it's the loving space to guide you to where you know deep down it's time for you to be. This is the ultimate community for anyone whose only agenda, right? For someone whose only agenda is to meet you where you are and take you to where you want to be. That's what our agenda is. This is what this community is about. So again, for both of those opportunities, I'm going to put the QR code here again. And so feel free to pause this, to scan it, to check it out, and see if one of these can be of service to you. Now, another thing I wanted to share with you in this open house opportunity is that, yes, there are private mentorship opportunities. They are more few and far between, but they do exist. And we get that question pretty much every day via DM or email. So, yes, there are two ways that I can work with you privately. One of the first ways is the VIP private intensive. That means you would join me here in Atlanta if you wanted to do it in person at what we call the Workhouse, the Wisdom House here in Atlanta for a full day VIP day. All of the details are on the page, accessible by the QR code that you see here before you. And if you're listening, you definitely want to get to some place in the description of this audio so that you can click the link or pick up the QR codes. But there's also an opportunity to do your VIP day virtually. So if you're international, please don't fret. Or if you just don't want to come to Atlanta, which I understand, you can definitely still do a virtual VIP day. It is smartly organized to make the most of the day. And it is a wonderful way if you're looking to get your burning questions answered and accelerate success. At the end of each one of my VIP days, I like to give you a plan so that you know what you should be doing in the next 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. It is also followed a month later by a 30-minute check-in call where we can see what's worked, what hasn't, and if there's any last-minute ideas around how you can tweak some things. So if that sounds like something that you want and you feel that you are beyond or not interested in a group experience, but really want that one-on-one experience, then please feel free to look into a VIP private intensive. People use it for command the stage in the day, where I help you build your signature talk. And literally we can help you craft something amazing in just those 6 hours. Or they use it specifically for business. Now, for personal, it's very hard, I think, for us to go as deeply as you may want to go in a VIP day. So AAA coaching is my 6-month coaching. Because I do offer one-on-ones in mastery and momentum. I don't have a lot of bandwidth or lots of time for the one-on-one coaching. So it's limited to 2 to 3 people a year who want to work with me for 6 months. And that is such a great blend if you are looking for a mix of personal and professional, personal and purposeful support. Most of the clients who use one-on-one coaching with me, and AAA stands for Authentic Aligned Acceleration, they already know what they desire to do in business. They have that ignited, aligned vision. They may need some support with strategy, but more than anything, they want to make sure that what's going on with them personally doesn't keep impeding their success. They know that there's some clutter going on, that they need the support of giving language to, giving voice to, and rising in their own personal power. And that is where I come in. And so AAA coaching is a 6-month one-on-one coaching container. And if that is something that interests you, again, please just scan the QR code and you'll be able to find out more. Now, no matter what you're interested in, here's what I want you to ask yourself. Why would I spend the next 5 to 7 years trying to redefine wealth for myself by myself when I can access a proven system, a mentor who is so unapologetic about giving you all of the things that I have and everything I believe would be of support to you? I could tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and a community that is full of like-hearted, purpose-driven people, right? Who want to help you experience your exponential growth sooner. You don't have to do it alone, and you shouldn't do it alone, because the truth is, if you don't do something in this season where you know you're being called to stretch. You know that you're being called to a next level vision. You know that you're being called to dream a new dream. If you don't do something now and align yourself with the right support, it is so easy to fall back into that default thinking, the scarcity mindset, the unsupportive self-sabotaging patterns, right? If you don't tighten up your strategy for how you respond to life, because the pillars give us a process for how we process, you'll always be reacting from a place of stress or worry, or worse, inauthenticity. And if we don't protect you in the infancy of really understanding what it means to be rooted in this concept of redefining wealth, you keep getting sucked into misaligned ways of being and opportunities, and I say that with air quotes, that are really more so distractions. I want you to build conviction in your communication, in the call on your life, in your decision making. And if we don't do something now, you'll continue to straddle the fence, go back and forth, and keep experiencing these cycles of feeling silenced, and not silenced by others, but silenced by yourself. It's important that you get mentorship, that you get coaching, that you get community, and that you integrate all of this. Because if not, you'll continue to feel unfulfilled. And as brilliant as you are, you may not really get to the end of your life knowing that you did all the things, that you're dying empty, and you did everything that you came here to do. No matter what's going on in the world, purpose is not postponed. There is still something that you are called to do. You were born with purpose, on purpose, for purpose, and your time is still now. So as life and purpose evolves, your process of awakening, redefining, and actualizing will too. And you want to have support in doing it. My past clients continue to stay aligned with what has worked for them for their life and business. I've seen it over and over again. When people get rooted in this and then go into another space or community where it is completely undone, completely unraveled, and then they have to work twice as hard to relearn these tools and these techniques. And so many of my clients in this season call me their primary care coach. They do go to other coaches for other needs, but when they want to stay grounded and committed and authentic, then they come to redefining wealth, so that again, they don't only look at wealth as money and material possessions. They are looking at their entire life and all parts of their life and making sure that it fully lines up with who they desire to be in the world. One thing that I know, and I love this quote by Emerson: when we decide, all of the universe conspires to bring us what we decided. And in our community, I love to say that it starts with us giving God something to bless. So I don't know what step you need to take in this season. If redefining wealth has been calling you and you feel like we are assigned to you and you are assigned to us, then I hope that this information allows you to make a more informed decision. I'll leave you with this. When fear shows up, trust your soul. Your soul always knows the way, even when your mind doubts the path, even when you go to your default thinking, you go to the scarcity, you go to the limiting beliefs. Your soul knows. Your next level is already calling you, and I want to invite you to listen from within. I hope to be able to serve you in this season of redefining wealth. And if I can answer any questions for you at all, there are these cute little videos on each one of the pages that you saw. I also dropped the links in the description where you can send your questions directly to me, and I will respond within 24 to 48 business hours. I hope that that's a blessing to you. Thank you for participating in our first ever open